No, we fucking done it. I said we were gonna do it. I said we would win it 1-0 or it was a penalty shoot or job, but we fucking done it. Yo, it's your boy, Mr. Me. We're back. We got it. We done it. We're on the quad hype. 1 hour 4 done. It's a perfect time to be gassed because if you watch that game, you know how much we got horribly done by in that game. VAR and refereeing were out to flip and make sure Liverpool weren't going to win anything in that game. Like, and it's just, bro, like you got the best league in the world with the Premier League, right? I know this was in the Premier League game, but the Premier League teams were there. The best league in the world. You've got the worst officiating possible. Like, it's genuinely such a disgrace to football. Like, the refereeing actually wasn't like I might be unpopular opinion here. I don't think the refereeing the refereeing was bad before VAR got introduced. I feel like the mistakes they made were honest mistakes. Since VAR has been introduced, the refereeing decision making has been that bit below par. It's unreal. VAR interfering. VAR this game didn't even want to make an appearance until Chelsea had the ball in the back of the net. Like, I'll talk about that in a little bit, but the VAR only wanted to make an appearance when it benefited Chelsea and when it literally went against Liverpool. It was an absolute joke of a game. We started the game well. Diaz was all over them. Diaz was looking like our most threat, like he was in the Luton game, but he just wasn't there. That finishing thing wasn't the clinicalness wasn't there. And then Chelsea went down the other end, and Kelleher with a beautiful save to deny Cole Palmer. And I tweeted this as well. The save was unreal. The save was disgusting. But what got me is when how fast he reacted from being mid dive to then sort of jump into position to block off the rebound. And I know the defender got there before Keller was needed, but he was there right in front. And obviously, as a keeper myself, like that's not easy to fucking do. And he's a tall guy, so being able to make that dive to stop Palmer and looking at where the ball rebounded, he was there in front. I don't know, I can't remember who the Chelsea player was at the time, but he was there ready for the rebound to pounce on that. And my God, my Kelleher, like I said, Van Dijk got given the man of the match, and I'm not going to dispute that. I think Van Dijk deserves the man of the match award. Um, but Kelleher needed to be in that picture. Like it's a 50-50. I think either Kelleher or Van Dijk, whoever got it, there would be no disputes on who, like if they got either of them got credited the man of the match. Um, but as we're speaking of VAR being awful, how Gravenberch's tackle, Caicedo on Gravenberch, how that got given no foul. So let's ignore the fact that that there was no card involved, but how he got given no foul when the guy got stretched off the pitch. Like, I'm all for referees not giving yellow cards early on in a game where in a final where they don't want to ruin the game by giving too many cards. I'm all for that. But the debate on not giving a yellow card should always be if it's borderline yellow card. That's where you don't give a card early on in the final. Caicedo's tackle on Gravenberch was a debate of yellow card or red. There was no debate on it being no foul. That's where the debate was, red card or yellow card. So it has to be given a yellow card. And I fully think it was a red card. There's nothing in my mind that's telling me no, it's not a red card. But it got given no card and no foul. The debate is there. Like in a final, the referee doesn't want to give a yellow card early on. I get that, but that's only on tackles that are borderline yellow card and not a foul. They're the ones that you should be not giving yellow card. If the debate is either yellow card or red card, that has to be given a card, regardless of how early on in the game it is. Regardless if it was in the first 10 seconds of the game. If it's deemed to be a debate between yellow card and red card, you have to give a card. Like, the referee didn't have the game under control from the get go. Like the whole officiating process of the game was a mess. They didn't know what the fuck they were doing. They had the game nowhere near under control, and it showed like throughout the game. And I'll be honest, right? The one thing that they fucked up which benefited Liverpool, I think it was offside. It was very marginal, but it was very offside. Was the Sterling one. Like I'll admit, right, that one was very borderline, and it did benefit us in the end. But that was the only one. Everything else, VAR got horribly wrong. That one was maybe marginal. Um, But when Caicedo made that stupid tackle on Gravenberch and he got stretched off, I feel like that's where Chelsea actually did come into the game. Um, and obviously that's where Kelleher made his beautiful save as well. But that's where Chelsea looked like they were at their best because obviously Gravenberch came off. We brought Joe Gomez on. Joe Gomez went to right back. Bradley went into midfield, and Harvey Elliott had a little bit of a change of position as well. Um, but I feel like in those players adjusting to their new positions and whatnot, that's where Chelsea managed to make Liverpool look a bit weak. Um, but it was only literally for about 10, 15 minutes. I think Liverpool ended the first half on a high as well. Um, Gakpo hit the post flush. Like we were looking good towards the end of the half again. But so literally there was literally 10-15 minute period where Chelsea looked like they were capitalizing on Liverpool's change of setup. But we went to halftime at 0-0, and very much we were hard, like very wrongly done by. Because I feel like Gravenberch, as much of a critic as I have been on that guy, like I know I've shouted on that guy so much in the past in a lot of my videos and a lot of my live streams. I've shouted on him a lot. Today he started, and today he looked like the player that was actually going to, actually show me what he's capable of doing. And when he went off the pitch, you could tell that we were missing him because Chelsea looked like they were finding a lot more gaps. And I know that was because Liverpool was sort of adjusting to their new shape and whatnot. But you could tell Gravenberch was missing on the pitch in that little period. Um, and I'm hoping his injury is not serious because that's another one to our injury books. But the fact that he climbed those stairs at the end of the game to lift the trophy with the crew suggests that the injury might not be as serious as we're first thinking. I mean, it did look nasty. The slow mos make it look even worse. So I'm praying really hard that it's not a serious injury and we do get him back before end of season because he is looking like a pivotal member. We're going into the game on Wednesday against Southampton looking like we're going to play our E team, like all youngsters. Um, like the injuries, like I don't understand extra time in Carabao Cup. Like I think Mark fucking Goldbridge posted it on Twitter as well. Like a game like this should just go straight to penalties. Like obviously I'm not complaining at the moment because we managed to get the job done in extra time, but a game like this should more than likely just go straight to penalties. Um, but Chelsea seemingly still struggling against Liverpool in the finals. They can't do it. This is their third attempt and they still haven't done it. Um, but the fact that Caicedo got no booking for his tackle, right? The first yellow cards of the game went to Chilwell and Connor Bradley. And I don't understand why Connor Bradley got yellow card in the first place because Chilwell is the one that pushed him. So explain that to me. Like, make it make sense because it's not making any sense to me. Um, but Chilwell was a bit of a cringe-worthy bastard in this game. Like my guy was literally just pushing youngsters and like he's trying to make himself look big by tormenting Liverpool's youngsters. How's that worked out for you in the end, Chilwell? Because Liverpool, as Gary Neville put it, Klopp's kids have beaten your billionaire pound team. Like, just sit down, Chilwell. You're not good enough. You were never good enough for a top team, anyways. You were bang average at Leicester. I'm not being funny. You're not that good. Um, Goes to Virgil van Dijk's first goal. Like that, I didn't understand either because I'm not being funny. Virgil van Dijk's goal, I don't know why it got ruled out. They were looking at Endo, but what did Endo do wrong? Like, hello, like all Endo did was like walk backwards. I know Endo was in an offside position originally. That much is for sure. But apart from that, Van Dijk did nothing wrong. It was a bullet header. Liverpool deserved to be leading 1-0, and maybe we don't go into extra time if that goes in. Um, But we did go into extra time. I mean, the first half of extra time was a bore. Nothing really happened. Second half, I think, because Konate looked knackered, we brought Kwanzaa on and we did the job. We did the bits in the end, and we got the job done. You know what I mean? We got the job done. Virgil with Costas giving the best corner of his life. It was the moment. I said it on live stream. If there was ever a moment to give me your best cross, it would be now. And he did it bang on there. And Virgil glanced ahead, keeper no chance. Um, but before the Virgil goal, Harvey Elliott had a chance, and the keeper actually made a top quality save. Like he managed to keep it off the line, and then there was a bit of a scramble after that. But you know what? I'll give their keeper props. That was a mad save to keep, make sure he kept it off. Um, But Virgil wins it for Liverpool, and Liverpool did bits on the and that 1-0. Like there was so much talking points. Like I'm just so gassed that the youngsters came on and delivered. Like they like with some of the Liverpool fans, right? When you put youngsters on the pitch, it's very hit and miss. Sometimes if they make one little step wrong, it's it could have been ended up badly. But Liverpool fans stayed loyal to these youngsters. Like you had the likes of Kwanzaa, McConnell, Bobby Clark, Dans, Naoni, Kumas, all on the bench. Some of them came on the pitch, but they all got to lift the trophy at the end of the day. Um, and there's one little small thing I seen as well. Like all the youngsters were on one side. Obviously, with the senior squad, like they probably felt out of place. But the cup, the trophy itself, went towards the youngsters first, and I was so happy about that. Like this team is a team, it's a family. Like it doesn't really matter if you're a youngster or someone that's just been transferred in. You're part of the family once you've signed that contract. You're part of the family, and that's what I love. Even the fans are on board. Like it's just it's a beautiful sight. Um, but it's I think Klopp said it at full time, just before extra time. He literally shouted it, and the camera picked up on it. I'm so proud of you guys. I'm so fucking proud of this team as well. There was a point in extra time where I said, you know what, I don't even give a shit if we lost this game. I'm so proud of this team because this was not our first team. This not nowhere near our strongest 11, and they still put on a show. They still gave it everything. Diaz left everything on the pitch. That guy should have been substitute a long time ago. He was I don't know what he was running on, but he got a second win from somewhere because he was running from 0 to 120. That guy was unreal. This team left everything on the pitch. Like, bro, like I don't even need to give anyone a match rating this game because everyone was a solid 10. Even the youngsters that didn't even come on the pitch, solid 10. Because the emotion when Van Dijk scored, I seen everyone running, everyone, even the youngsters that don't even play regularly for this main team. And like I said before, I said it in the Luton game that Dan's, I was madly impressed with him, and I was impressed with him today. He could have had his first goal. Um, I think it was a cross in, and Van Dijk headed it back across, and Dan's got his head to it, and the keeper made a good save. He's impressive. If these guys are Liverpool's future, then the future is very bright. And I'm just hoping our new manager, whoever that is, coming in the season, is another manager that loves to flip and use his young players. Because there was a stat midweek that Jurgen Klopp had used about 43. He's given 43 players their Liverpool debuts, including youngsters. That's big. That's not something that's just easily done. And I know it's a lot of it will be coming down to because some of our main team players got injured. But the fact that he had that much trust in picking out which youngsters he wanted to take on board is massive. And our next manager needs to be exactly on the same wavelength because Liverpool's youngsters are bright, and we've got a lot of bright futures coming ahead. And this being in the final is not just a one-off thing. We should be in the final a lot more often in the future, and we make it a regular thing. But I don't know what else to say this game. Like I know there's a lot of VAR ruined the day, but they didn't ruin the final result, so there's not much to be angry about at the moment. Um, Obviously, I'm waiting to see what Gravenberch's injury news is, and I'm hoping that isn't serious. But we'll get that when we get the news on that. We get the news on it. Um, but it's been your boy, Mr. Me, mate. Guys, make sure you do hit the subscribe button on YouTube if you haven't already. Helps me grow, and I will continue to do as many of these as I can in the future. Speaking of that, not Liverpool versus Southampton preview will be on my YouTube channel on Tuesday. But for now, we go enjoy the Liverpool victory. If you haven't already, follow me on Twitch. It's all free. Everything I'm asking you to do is free. Follow me on TikTok as well. That's where you get to see my reaction of the Van Dijk goal that won the Cabbage Cup. Um, but anyways, you'll never fucking walk alone. We go and enjoy this victory. We party on into Sunday, go into work Monday morning, all hungover because we deserve this. We go again on Tuesday or Wednesday for the Southampton game. The quad dreams are still alive. We've done one of four. You'll never walk alone. It's been your boy, Mr. Me. Peace.